Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Welcome to the final part of working on my dragon pot. I'll be taking it to Isabella's tonight, and I have a bonsai meeting also.
So I'm adding the scales along the outer side here. Just pushing them in with the tool. I'm starting with my small row up top here. And I'm keeping the clay fairly moist because I don't want any of this to kind of be crumbly or too hard. I want the clay to be nice and soft while I'm doing the scales. I've removed the head support sitting under here, ball of clay. So I'm just working in that area underneath. I couldn't get in there with that support there. And then I'm trying to decide, I had this kind of built out for the support of the head. Without the support it looks a little strange. Well, kind of looks like the shadow of the head a bit, but I think it could be reduced. So I'll maybe cut it down more. I'm working on all the scales on the dragon's body. So I've gone all the way around the outside of the dragon. So now I've got to do some scale work on the top, on the inside here, going around. So I'm keeping the clay moist, just spraying it every now and then. And I'll keep working away. I have worked away under the head, and I've also made this side of the head similar to this side. So kind of balancing it. I still have a bit of finishing work to do there. I'm going to do the scales on the top now. So I think I'll be able to fit like maybe 2 or 3 rows of scales, and then it'll just fade away to the smooth sides of the inside of the pot. So yeah, I'll work away at that next. I have finished applying the scales around the dragon, so it's getting more and more complex looking. So I'm going to let it just sit for a bit, and then I'm going to do all my cleanup, like trying to get all my edges nice, smooth out any rough spots, clean up the clay, sort of the finishing touches. So I just want to let it set, harden a bit, and then I'll do the final sculpting, and I think that'll be it. I'm quite happy with it. I really like this section with the tail sweeping up. I think that's the most graceful and flowing part of the sculpture. Yeah, so I'll let it harden for a bit, then I'll come and do my cleanup, and I will be done my dragon pot. I have finished my dragon pot, but I have a lot of cleanup to do. I was going to drop the pot off on the way to the Kitchener-Waterloo Bonsai Society meeting tonight to Isabella's, but I don't want to rush the finishing. I think I need another few hours on it, cleaning up all the clay, smoothing it, and just getting everything looking really good. I've got to do some work on the mouth and the teeth and that, so I don't want to rush it. I am at the monthly Kitchener-Waterloo Bonsai Society's meeting. We meet at St. George's in Kitchener. So let's go inside for our Mugo Pine workshop. Here I am at the meeting. It's filling up fast. There's lots and lots of people here. So here is the Mugo Pines that we'll be using for the workshop tonight. So they're just small nursery stock. Lots of variety. And apparently I signed up for the workshop last, so I will get probably the worst tree of them all. But that's all right. Hong here is going to be leading the workshop tonight. Hello, Hong.
Hello, Nigel.
Hong's got some of his small Mugo pines on display here. Looking really, really nice. And he's got his rock creation inspired by Kimura, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and there's some Mugo pines up top on these. Wow. So you can see how small the needles can get.
It's all right.
I brought my Austrian pine in for display just to show people how it's progressing.
This year's That's a strobus, yeah.
And Michael, he's brought in some stuff to give away, is it? Or?
I didn't.
No, okay. Someone did. Did you bring these in, Jason?
These for free?
Oh,
For free, yeah.
thank you, Jason.
You're welcome. I've got tables of it. There'll be more all the time.
And what kind of seedlings do you have here?
I've got black spruce,
Black spruce,
ginkgo,
ginkgo,
strobus, white pine,
okay,
hybrid pinyon pine.
okay,
These three are the Nigra, Austrian
Yeah,
pine,
Austrian pine.
giant sequoia. There's a
Wow.
white fir, a ponderosa
Sweeties?
pine,
yeah.
and these are hybrid pinyon pine. They're really nice. I like those a lot. Yeah, grab one of those.
I'll grab a black spruce, a giant sequoia. They're cool. Excellent. I picked out a black spruce to take home. I can always add it to the bog forest. And there's Derek. Hello, Derek. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
And you're participating in the workshop tonight, I saw.
I am.
And you're higher on the list than me, so I'm going to get the worst tree, and you'll get a good one.
I'm just gonna go out and pick one randomly because.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw hongs over there, eh? The little ones here.
The little ones.
So that's kind of will inspire us to
Okay.
style them like that, maybe.
Great trees. You'll be able to do this with one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right away.
I had no idea I needed to bring such a small pot.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know what size they would be either, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think the important thing tonight is to get them repotted into bonsai soil and then kind of get them on their way, get them healthy and.
I'll take everything you get, small, large, doesn't matter.
Everyone is at the
Okay,
meeting
as long
now.
as it adds up to the right amount.
George, our treasurer, is taking money.
$25, right, George? Okay, Derek,
Yeah, so Vince stole the second pick from me too, then. From you.
So they're picking out their trees in order that they signed up. So Derek was high on the list, so he's picking out his tree. What do you think, Derek? You got a good one?
Yes, I have to pay.
I don't know if you can pick before you pay, do you?
I'm just trying to identify the people that owe money.
I have no idea, so I'm gonna pick this one.
I wouldn't take that.
There
You wouldn't
you
pick
go.
this one?
I would have.
You would.
Oh, there you go.
See now, I'm walking over here.
Okay, the next one is Chris.
Chris. Chris is a new member from far away, but
Where are you from, Chris?
From London. Yeah, coming in from London.
What's a little John?
Yeah, yeah. Not bad.
Welcome. Next one is Mary.
Mary. Woo!
Mary is a new member.
Hi, Mary from Guelph. Wow.
Has bonsai experience.
I keep them alive.
That's
That's a good start.
that's 95% of our. Okay, Steve.
Steve. Woo! Come on down. The price is right. Do-do-do-do.
What we'll call Eric.
Do I have to say that Vince stole my first pick?
You want that one?
No, I'll take this one.
You can trade them. Ruth.
Ruth. Woo! Yay for Ruth.
They're all good. Paul.
Paul. Yay, here comes Paul.
Yep.
Picking out his tree.
Emma.
Emma. Here comes Emma. 7 trees to pick from, Emma.
Okay, that guy's catching my time. Okay, I think I go.
That's a good one.
Yeah, good one. Joyce.
Joyce, yeah. easy.
Veronica?
Veronica.
Which one? This one.
That's a good one. Michael?
Michael.
And Nigel.
Nigel. Okay. I get to pick from 3. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll take these ones.
Now, is there anybody here that has to have one and didn't get one?
I think I'm on there.
I'll pick this one.
John or Jonathan?
That's my pick.
Can
I'll put it right here.
So I bought several examples here. So if you have a close look at it, but I don't put them in the full sun because of the watering. So the main, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mainly try to repot this thing and make sure we get some of the entangled needles apart so that we can actually work on the branches or try to define, the branching structure that we want. So the first thing to do, I'm gonna do this first, and then y'all can do it after we've done this. This will be very quick. I've been known to have repotted a plant in 5 minutes. So, where these, I know for a fact where these plants came from. They came from Northline Nursery. And what they do is they get a bunch of little plants come in and they replant them in these 1-gallon boxes. So, and the stuff they use is very, very loose. I've not watered these plants in a couple of days. So what happened is the materials should practically fall apart. Okay? So here we go.
Hong, normally you repot pines and that in spring.
Yeah.
Can you just explain
yeah.
why we're repotting these Mugo pines in
Because
early summer?
they are late in coming. So, yeah. That's what I know, that I have other pines that I do in the spring.
Yeah.
But these, I do in the fall. Or late spring, I guess. Now, see what I mean? It all fell off, right? I just squeezed it. And now, all you see is a plug that they originally received, right? So we're gonna try to repot this, which isn't too hard. I'm gonna try to take the plug apart.
Is that, you didn't water for a couple of days prior to this. Is that something you normally do when you repot?
I would prefer that.
Anything?
Sometimes I just decide to repot on a whim, and I've already watered it in the morning, so. Yeah, but you can see the benefits, because you don't get the muck and the stuff, right? If you're, unless you're strictly inorganic media. Now this is all matted together.
So I can see on the root system that the roots are just starting to become active.
That's right.
You can see
You
the
can
white
see
tips.
the white tips. White tips means that they're active root growth.
So most pines by now would have tons of white
Yeah.
tips everywhere, like growth of new roots, but these ones must be
Late.
late to kind of start the root system. So the full,
Now-
sorry.
Put a little more fall force. Okay. I see all of this stuff in the middle, and this is all fresh stuff up on top. So what happened is, I'm gonna cut a portion of this off. The hair light Any questions?
You're cutting off like the matted roots, like the bottom of that old pot, is that what you cut off?
Yeah, I took a portion of it off. Yeah. So, but leaving, very important is to leave these other roots with the white tips. So I would say that's all right there. Now, you guys want to come up and take a look? Or we pass this around? Now, what you can do is you can use the same stuff that came out of that pot. Okay? The stuff they use is generally organic. A lot of bark, a lot of peat, some dirt. So I would put that back in. You guys will be using these pots here, okay?
How much of that root system did you take on? Huh?
About half,
Half?
yeah.
Okay.
Pretty safe.
Only because that kills 2 pines already. I was surprised when I read the description that was sent out, with the email about Mugo pines, that they are that they do, you can work on them so late.
Yes.
I think the short needles are last year's needles. Are they hung?
I'm not sure,
It looks like
The
it.
way
And then
this
the new
is-
growth this spring is
because
coming
it's
out
lighter
long.
color, eh?
Yeah,
So it tells me that
Yeah.
it might be this year's.
or a second flush maybe.
Yeah.
Probably because they repotted
Second
it.
flush? I've never seen.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe
Have
because
you?
they repotted it from small pots into these big ones, and then
Yeah.
it had room to gain vigor and grow longer needles.
Yeah.
So what is your preferred soil mixture for the Mugo pine?
The Mugo pine I use, I myself use a mixture of inorganics.
Steroids.
Very fast draining.
I see.
It's got a bit of, my opinion is, it's not what you put in, it's the size, how well it drains. So, you could see a rainbow shade of different inorganics. But if it's got sharp edges and it drains fast, it'll work. So
Why sharp edges?
the roots, it'll make the roots bifurcate.
Okay.
In other words, it just makes them split. Now, the next step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eliminate some branching. Because this is just look like somebody's hair, you know?
We didn't want to say anything, Nigel.
Next time I'll come with my scissors.
So. So it depends on the style you want. I would just try to take out some of the branching randomly at this point. At the same time, I am cutting the needles. Cutting the needles and leaving the needle attached to the sheath. Okay? So that if there are any potential buds coming along, it will come out of those areas.
Got any advice?
Well, you've got a fairly tall tree, don't you?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it's looking good.
So you want to come up and have a look?
Jason's working away here. Hi, Jason.
Hi.
Looking good. You got a nice tree, don't you?
It's a nice little tree.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. Hey guys, look at this, eh? The root pruning. Wow. Looking good.
What did you plant? Hostas? Pardon? Did you put hostas in? Oh, actually, I grew hostas, so they're in the back. Yeah. But no, when I bought some boulevard roses
Michael's
challenging roots.
Wow, look at that.
Yep.
Looking nice. Very good, very good. And look at the work here. There's 3 trees being worked on at once here. This is like the money shot.
Money shot.
Look at this. Wow.
Smile.
Inside growing, so I took
Yeah,
the soft
yeah,
moss
that was
season.
off, yeah.
So that's good. And now I've tried to turn it into a bit of a literati.
Yeah, it's got a good style to it. I like it.
I was going to do the Nigel Saunders root pruning, but then I didn't have the guts.
Two-finger technique.
Ah, the 2-finger technique.
Two-finger technique.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, right? I'm reaching in.
Oh, you've got a
using the
fancy
Nigel
pot.
Saunders
Oh, there you
two-finger
go.
Technique, right? Yeah.
Well, you know,
It's one that I made. Right?
that was kind of poking fun at some other YouTubers.
I know.
Look at all the pots you've got. They've got some nice pots.
Got a few. Been doing some hoop pots.
Oh,
This is
wow.
one that- It's got sort of the mountain
Very
valley
metallic.
rim and
Yeah.
whatnot. And these are really
That's
small.
cute, Bob. Cute.
He makes these pots.
Oh,
Chris is a ceramic artist.
I'm a potter.
I don't know. Some people don't like being called a potter, but
I'm completely fine. I'm
You're
proud-
all right.
Proud to be called a potter.
out to do the watering. It's really cooling off tonight, isn't it? So here's all the trees getting watered.
Well, thank you, Vince.
Vince is doing a good job. He's done this before, I think.
I've never watered a tree before.
So these are in pond baskets, so lots of drainage and lots of watering. So
Lots of watering.
you can't overwater these trees, I don't think. Look at that.
Look
Oh,
at
nice,
that, huh?
Vince. Wow.
What a beauty.
It's going to look like Hongs in a few years.
Oh, let's hope so. I can only hope so.
Excellent, yeah.
Yeah, that looks great. All right,
Gotta wire them.
let's go in and have a look at it. Analyze this tree. So here is Derek's tree after pruning. So we took away all the flaws, all the whorls of branches, keeping one. We took off a lower whorl to get a little more trunk on the tree. We pruned back the vigorous top a bit just to stimulate more branching. And now it's just a matter of letting it grow and recover, and that'll be it. And here's the Blue Jay Bonsai Carnage cam over here. So there's all the branches that came. The meeting is coming to an end. Everyone's packing up and heading home with their Mugo pines, inspired by Hong's little trees.
It's the next day now after the Mugo Pine workshop, and it's pouring rain today. I did bring home from the workshop a couple of trees. I brought the Mugo Pine home and a few others. I shouldn't have, but I couldn't resist. So I'll show you what I got.
Down here on the bottom is a jade, and it's a variegated jade. And you can see some of the leaves have like a pink color on them. Others are more of a yellow color, almost bleached. There's some more pink over here. So I'll be pruning those up, getting them a little more compact. So they kind of remind me of that fire and ice hibiscus. So maybe this is a fire and ice jade. So I couldn't resist them. They're such a cool species, so I brought them home with me. They were giving them away, so. Beside it is some hop hornbeams. I'm going to give these two to my wife to grow in the backyard, and I'll keep one for a bonsai. Outside here on the bench, if you can see right over here, Matt was giving away one of his penjings, and I thought, well, yeah, I'll take it. Cedars. I like the tall cedars. I'll zoom in on it. It may be able to go in my avatar grove, maybe replacing some of those twisty trees that are maybe, they don't look so much like old growth trees. So beside that is my Mugo pine over here. And I think that's all I brought home. I've got my yuccas out on the bench there. They're getting a good rain, that's for sure.
I also brought home 2 little black spruce seedlings, but they don't count as new trees because they'll be planted in my mixed bog forest. So I really enjoyed the workshop, and I've got still a little bit of work to do on the dragon pot. And that is it for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.